Battle Through the Heavens, Grand World. Chapter 6. Transformation Emperor Gate. After an unknown period of time, a dragon's roar was heard from Zukun's mouth. He stretched his body and scolded, "This nine-nether monarch bug is too strong. He is countless times stronger than ancient monarch Tuo Shi." Xiao Yan and the other three who had already recovered from their injuries smiled bitterly and nodded. This was the first time they had stepped into the fighting monarch. The legendary invincible fighting monarch actually felt powerless. However, that young man formed from the fusion of the 9 profound golden thunder and the heavenly flame is even more powerful. What's going on? Zhu Kun looked at Xiao Yan, his dragon eyes filled with shock. Xiao Yan shook his head. He had also asked the Xiaoyi about this matter, but the Xiaoyi could not say anything about it. He could only feel that the lightning dragon mark on his chest had greatly increased his energy. The power of the heavenly flame he casted had become much stronger, and all the heavenly flames had a qualitative leap. Forget it. We'll talk about this in the future. I don't know how much time has passed. Let's get moving. Guyuan looked at Xiao Yan, who was frowning and deep in thought, and said. Xiao Yan came back to his senses and looked at the endless space in the distance. His eyes lit up again and he nodded. That's right. We should find out where this matter is going. After saying that, he turned into a ray of light and shot forward. Guyuan and the other three looked at each other. They could see the fanaticism in each other's eyes. The four of them smiled at each other and turned into a ray of light, following Xiao Yan. Although the 5 rays of light were moving at an extremely fast speed, in this seemingly endless space black hole, the speed of the 5 of them was like a turtle as they slowly moved forward. Fortunately, there were no more attackers, which made them feel relieved. After an unknown number of days, when the darkness in the surroundings was gradually replaced by light, a huge door of light that was millions of feet tall appeared in front of the 5 of them. Within the door of light, 3 huge golden words appeared, Transformation Emperor Gate. Feeling the tremendous force that made one's heart tremble, Xiao Yan exhaled a few breaths of air. He steadied his trembling heart and looked at the 3 big words. He mumbled, Transformation Emperor Gate. What do you mean? Ji Yuan looked at the few majestic words beside the light door. He couldn't help but read, Transformation Emperor Gate, entering the fetus, leaping into the dragon realm. Disperse the mixed combat qi and absorb the immortal sovereign qi. With the power of immortality, you can enter the great world. Quote. After hearing this, Xiao Yan and the others looked at each other. They couldn't help but look into the door of light. Inside the door of light, golden light was rolling and purple qi was sparkling, reflecting thousands of different colors. Xuan frowned and suddenly said, I understand. If we want to enter the world behind the light door, we have to pass through this light door. After entering this Emperor Transformation Gate, the combat qi in our bodies will transform into Origin Monarch qi. Only then can we enter that world. Quote. After a slight smile, Xuan turned her head and looked at Xiao Yan. Quote. Furthermore, it seems like with the Origin qi, it will be very easy for us to jump ranks and challenge others. Quote. Guyuan and the others immediately came to a realization when they heard this. They remembered that they had used all their strength to deal with 9 nether monarch bug but did not cause much damage to him. It was likely that 9 nether monarch bug's do qi contained some origin qi. Although it was not very pure, it was far better than do qi. Xiao Yan also nodded his head when he sensed it. Back then, he had used the strength of a Do Wang to defeat Yun Shan, who was a Do Zong. Now, he was at the same level as 9 nether monarch bug. Although the stronger one's strength was, the more difficult it was to challenge. This also indirectly showed the difference between Do qi and origin qi. The Do qi will disappear after entering. Zhu Kun frowned and asked. He was an old dragon who had lived for 10,000 years and regarded the combat power in his body as life. Now that the combat power suddenly disappeared, Zhu Kun felt uneasy. Xiao Yan smiled and his eyes were burning. Since that's the case, let's go in. Once we enter the Emperor Transformation Gate, we will become the real fighting monarch. At that time, let alone 9 nether monarch bug, we won't be afraid even if we are 100 times stronger than him. After saying that, he rushed towards the Transformation Emperor Gate. Guyuan, Kai Lin, and Xuan hurriedly followed after him. Zhu Kun gritted his teeth and followed behind. As soon as they entered the Transformation Emperor Gate, countless rays of light enveloped the 5 of them. In that instant, all of them felt weak all over, as if the most important part of their body had been forcibly taken away by an irresistible force. But in the next moment, a source energy that made people's souls tremble suddenly filled every part of their bodies. The 5 of them felt an even more powerful and pure energy rising spontaneously. The true power of the fighting monarch. As the 5 of them felt the pleasure brought by this energy. The 5 streams of combat power that belonged to the fighting monarch that were taken from the 5 of them, after being infected by some pure origin chi, flew towards the direction of the fighting chi continent at a speed that could not be seen with the naked eye. In fighting chi continent, it had been a year since the Flame Emperor, Xiao Yan, and Guyuan broke through the sky and left. During this year, due to the origin chi that Xiao Yan had captured back then, the cultivation of some powerful experts had advanced by leaps and bounds. Compared to a year ago, the strength level of the fighting chi continent had increased by quite a bit. The Sky Mansion Alliance, Star Pavilion. Yao Lao and Xiao Xiao were testing a new batch of disciples who had just entered the Star Pavilion. These disciples were all geniuses from different places. Hence, Yao Lao was quite satisfied. Looking at the thousands of disciples who were full of energy on the square, a low voice mixed with powerful Do Chi sounded in everyone's ears. You are all geniuses, and the Star Pavilion is also a place to nurture geniuses. I won't say anything else. Within a year, those disciples who have not broken through to the Do Huang class should leave by themselves. After saying that, he ignored the surprised expressions of the people below and turned around. Just as he was about to leave, his expression suddenly changed. His gaze looked toward the vast sky and his expression changed slightly. Xiao Xiao, who was also looking at the sky, thought for a while and a joyful expression suddenly appeared on her delicate and pretty face. This is the power of the origin monarch chi. It was actually so dense. Its father and the others. Yao Lao pursed his lips. His eyes were moist as he mumbled. Little things, you've succeeded, right? In the next moment, Yao Lao suddenly turned around and shouted at the disciples below who did not know what was going on. Now that there are enough fighting chi and origin chi in the entire fighting chi continent, all of you should work hard in your cultivation. Within a year, those who have yet to become a Do Zong will automatically leave. Such rich origin monarch chi. At the same time, all the Do Shengs and even the Do Zuns of the Yan clan, Lei clan, Pill Tower, Jiyu clan and the ancient Void Dragon, as well as the experts of the Do Zuns and even the Do Zongs, sensed the Shao clans. Almost all of the old monsters of the Do Sheng class were so excited that their eyes were filled with tears. There is hope for the Sovereign Road. It's the Flame Emperor. He succeeded. The sound of joy reverberated in every corner of the continent. Chapter end. Hi guys, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.